So welcome back to the channel, and today we are going into Zombie Hideout, comic collectibles and more. It's one of my favorite stores here in the Northeast. It's mostly modern toys, but they do have some sprinkled in vintage and comics and all sorts of stuff. So without any further ado, let's just head on into the store. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and let's head on in. Here's some of their celebrities that they have coming here soon. So for this video, I decided I'm going to do a voiceover since the music was absolutely blasting. And when I went to review the footage, unfortunately, you couldn't even hear anything that I was saying. So decided to just do a voiceover instead. So this is the front of the store when you first walk in. A lot of various statues, things of that nature. Have a cool fish tank, some Hot Wheels, some t-shirts, some memorabilia from the actual store. They actually have Zombie Hideout t-shirts. And as soon as you walk in here, you see this case of signed and Grail toys. That's signed by Stone Cold and Mankind, which is a really cool 2-pack to get signed by both of them. And this is kind of behind the counter kind of stuff as far as wrestlers are concerned. They have a pretty good selection of higher end elites, some older ones. I actually ended up picking up one of these, the Kamala that's right there. The Macho Man is pretty cool that they have. The Art Foundation there. There's definitely a lot of good stuff there. The King Brett. Some more signed AEW figures. This is a really cool 3-pack. Even though they're basics, to have a 3-pack of Macho Man, Roddy Piper, Steamboat, that's really nice. And move on along, and we have some DVDs, Blu-rays. They really have a little bit of everything in this store. And again, it's Zombie Hideout in Springfield, Massachusetts. Xbox 360 games. They also had some other retro games, not a lot, but they had some Wii games, stuff like that. Nothing too old. Some Blu-rays and DVDs. And here's their NECA section where it begins with some NECA horror. Various Ninja Turtle lines. They had tons of turtle stuff here, just tons. A lot of NECA turtles. A lot of NECA in general. This whole wall is just NECA filled. It's really kind of amazing. This store primarily focuses on modern toys, but as you'll see, there are some vintage toys in this store, but not a whole lot. But a few pretty cool pieces. But seeing all these NECA figures in one spot is pretty neat. The gargoyles. All these various turtles. Pretty much have all the Turtles in Times figures. I don't think I've ever seen all of them. Just kind of cool. Check the price. I believe it was $49.99. More. And this store also has pretty much anything you could possibly imagine when it comes to Super 7s. This is just a tip of the iceberg. In a few minutes, you guys will see all the Super 7s that they have for all the various lines. It's really pretty impressive. If you want to get a Super 7 in person, this is definitely the place to go. And they're all retail priced. They don't mark them up. Here's the Super 7s for Transformers. This Grimlock is sick. It is huge. I've never been into Transformers that don't transform, unless it's like a high quality statue or something like that. But it's still pretty neat. Various Power Rangers for Super 7s. Super 7's a company that's kind of hit or miss. It really is. Sometimes they put out great product and sometimes it's not so good. Here's some vintage toys. They have a vintage April O'Neil. And then they had some vintage Motu. The commemorative series they had a couple figures of. And this is the 2000X Faker, which I believe was a one Comic-Con exclusive. I believe New York Comic-Con exclusive it was. And I actually contemplated getting it. It was, I believe it was $125, but ultimately I decided against it. Just some random, like, pop culture backpacks, the original Eternia. Also, if any of you guys have gotten the new Eternia from Mattel Creations, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. I've heard a lot of complaints online that people's Eternias are coming damaged. Let me know how you guys made out. Some higher end Black Series. Nothing in here that I needed. I pretty much have everything from the Black Series from these cases that I would need. But still kind of cool to see for sure. And that's the difficulty I've run into at this point is like, it's hard, like, collecting for so long and that very few times do I, like, at this point, go into a store and was like, oh, wow, I really need that. Like, if I really needed it, I probably at some point would have gotten it already. So it really has to be kind of a unique item. And that's where I do better with vintage when it comes to that. All these Super 7 turtles. Like, I have a bunch of these, and I pretty much have the ones that I've wanted. The frog, that's pretty cool. So I only actually ended up picking up one thing from the store. Here's a Super 7 Thundercats. I was all in on this line at one point, and then I was like, they're just kind of taking up room. They're cool, but like I don't love them, so I got rid of all of them. Even this awesome Mumra, which I actually kind of regret getting rid of because that figure is spectacular. But what am I going to do with just him? This is just a terrible Andre the Giant figure. Bruce Lee. That Andre the Giant figure, the face sculpt on it is just absolutely hideous. Silverhawks, the G.I. Joes. Yeah, at this point, the only Super 7s that I'm into, Robin Hood, are still the... I have a couple Conan, which are really nice, and Turtles. Other than that, I'm pretty much out of the Super 7s. Some Motu area here, a bunch of the 2000X line. I think that's a very underrated line. I think right now would probably be a good time to jump in on it because they're still not too expensive. I just have a feeling that at some point that line is going to blow up because it's a great line and eventually I think it's just going to blow up. Some masterpieces. These were, I believe, Target exclusives, if I'm not mistaken. A little modern, let's see, Transformer section. Astro Train. That side swipe right there is pretty nice that I'm looking at. Let's see what else we got. Now we're heading into the Marvel Legends, and they had just an amazing array of Marvel Legends at the store. Just amazing. From older ones to newer ones. It's a nice Namor. The Vision right there is really cool. I actually contemplated that Vision. Just a lot of nice figures. But again, as far as Marvel Legends are concerned, I'm pretty much out of them. I have a handful, probably more than a handful. I probably have about 40 of them. But I'm happy with where the collection is as far as Marvel Legends are concerned. I have the ones I want. I have the key characters I want, and I'm content with that. Toy Wiz Batman. Some random DC stuff. I always thought this Joker figure was really cool. I actually used to have it, and I stupidly sold it. And this one, if this one was in better condition, I probably would have bought it, honestly, because I love that Joker figure. Here's some, I believe these were Kenner Batmans, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. It's kind of a cool Mr. Freeze right there. I actually thought about it. It's not terribly expensive. Say what you will about the Batman and Robin movie, the toys from that movie were very toyetic. They really were. I think they looked really cool. There's Poison Ivy. I think that's how they made that movie, with toys in mind. I like that Robin a lot. I actually, going back through this footage, I was thinking to myself, I really probably should have grabbed that Robin. I really like that Robin quite a bit. Some more Marvel Legends. And now we're going to head into the wrestling area. They have an excellent wrestling selection at the store. A lot of old jacks. I really gave some serious thought to grabbing this set right here. It was only $40 for a 4-pack from WrestleMania 14. Thought, I'm kind of kicking myself right now that I didn't get it. Ric Flair, one of these Retrofest figures. Yeah, but the problem is, like, I don't collect the Jakks normal line. I do have some of the Jakks Classic Superstars, but I don't collect the regular line. And I feel like if I got that, it would just will open up another rabbit hole. That's a great Jerry the King Lawler right there. It's a nice John Cena. That 2-pack of Punk and Taker is actually pretty cool. Some newer elites. Yeah, this store really kind of has it all. There's my brother. He usually comes with me to the store because he's big into wrestling collecting, so he likes to come with me when I go to the store because of the selection. He's looking at the Young Bucks 2-pack. Again, here are the Jakks figures. There's something very nostalgic about them for me. Because my brother's a lot younger than I am, and I remember when he was a kid buying these for him. So, and I would like play with them. I remember getting him like the Titantron and the Elimination Chamber playset. I would always set it up for him, and we'd play together. My brother's 15 years younger than me, so yeah. Here is their McFarlane wall. They pretty much have anything that you can think of when it comes to McFarlane. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Definitely some nice figures. Yeah, back to wrestling. Then some more elite. These are kind of the more common ones. And here are kind of the Hasbro-inspired newer figures, which they don't make them really anymore, for the exception of when they come out through Mattel Creations. And I kind of regret not jumping in on this line earlier, because some of these have gotten kind of pricey. But I remember them, just a few years ago, probably, I want to say between like 2016 and 2019, like they were peg warming everywhere. But, it is what it is. Here's some newer Black Series. Some more wrestling, and this is kind of a random wall here, or display. It's a little bit of everything. That Greg the Hammer Valentine. Hey, that's a nice Lex Luger right there. Yeah, it's definitely some nice stuff here. Jax X-Pac. It's actually a really good looking X-Pac. Road Dogg. And here are just a ton of vintage collection figures. Some Black Series, of their Greatest Hits Black Series. Some Power of the Force and Episode 1 figures, along with some Black Series kind of sets. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Episode 1 toys. If you guys have not checked it out already, you guys should definitely check out my toy hunt that I did recreating the Episode 1 toy hunt. Had a lot of fun with that. I did it probably about 6 months ago, so it's back in my videos if you guys are interested. It's a nice big boss man there. But they've redone that big boss man within the last 2 years, and the new one looks so much better. Some Ultimates up there. It's a nice Ministry Undertaker. That's the thing with a lot of the Mattel wrestling figures with the elites and stuff. I mean, they've been doing these figures for 13, 14 years now, and the technology at this point is so much better than where it was when they first got the license. And they haven't remade a lot of the older figures, which I think they should go back and redo, because they could probably do a much better job nowadays. I can't wait for them to make a new CM Punk, because they haven't done a CM Punk in over 10 years. And all the older CM Punks, they look okay, but they don't look great. So I'm really looking forward to a new Mattel Elite CM Punk. I would love an Ultimate Edition CM Punk. AEW did that great Supreme Collection one, which could be the greatest Punk figure ever made. Here's some comic books. So, this store's got a little bit of everything. Some Ghostbusters. This, I believe, was from Matty Collector, if I remember correctly. Some of the newer ones. Venkman Slimed. Heard that guy's in the new one. The new Ghostbusters movie, which is actually coming out in a few weeks. Let's see. Back to Star Wars. There's a Sand Trooper down there with the dewback, which I think looks pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely thought about this. But it was $100. I was I thought about it, but I don't need it. So, we moved along. Some Episode 2 figures, along with some random ones, some more comic books. And there's a comic book that catches my eye here, which you guys will see. And that's Amazing Spider-Man 300, CGC graded 8.5. But what's special about that one is that it is the newsstand, which is much rarer. So that's why that one was so expensive. I think they had $800 on it. Some Power of the Force. And definitely some nice old school figures here. And these are all dirt cheap. Power of the Force. You can get Power of the Force figures very cheap nowadays. And probably for $3 to $5 each in most instances. This place had a lot of pops too, but like obviously I don't collect pops. I have no interest in pops. I know nothing about pops, so I don't focus on pops in my channel at all. But this place definitely for you pop collectors. If any of my viewers are interested in pops, this place had a ton of pops. Here's where a lot of their older Black Series is, and some of the newer ones as well. Yeah, definitely some cool stuff. I'm just kind of going through row by row. Yeah, it's definitely got some nice stuff here. Pretty much anything you could want in the Black Series they have. Even some of the higher end items which I showed earlier. Like the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan, figures like that. Anakin from Episode 3. And here's their case for signed figures. That's a signed Undertaker. And it was like $325, I believe it said. And, I mean, I would actually pay that, I think, for Undertaker, but I would need to meet him. I would probably pay $300 for a signature from Undertaker if I got to meet him, take a picture, shake his hand kind of thing. But just, a signed figure, no. All right, guys, so welcome back to the pickups portion of this week's video. And this week I actually got a decent amount of stuff. A lot of it came in the mail. I did pick up something from a Zombie Hideout, which I got for a really good deal, actually. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, this week I never really made it out to the stores. I went once and there was literally nothing new and it wasn't even worth taking footage of. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to skip this week all entirely as far as big box and just head out to Zombie Hideout, which is one of my favorite spots here in Massachusetts. It's only about an hour and a half for me, so it's not bad. I can, be back in a few hours, so it's pretty cool. And very good pizza spot out there, which my brother and I always stop at every time we go. So anyways, without any further ado, let me just jump into this week's pickups. And what I got from Zombie's Hideout, this was, it's kind of a rare Mattel Elite figure, which I've always wanted. I just think it looks great. It comes with some really cool accessories. It is Kamala. And it was, I want to say it was like, it ended up being like $60 maybe. So it wasn't a bad deal. Next, this came in the mail. I actually almost forgot that I had pre-ordered this. This I pre-ordered probably about 2 years ago. And it is from this company called Present Toys. And it's basically a third-party T-800 from Terminator. I already have it displayed. I'll put the picture over here where it's displayed, and this is really awesome. The T800, the official Sideshow one, it goes for like $800 now or something crazy. And this, when I pre-ordered it, it was, I want to say like $125. And even this one now, because it's sold out, when I check on eBay now, this one goes for $300-$400 even already. So very happy to have gotten that. Got a couple pieces from Ringside Collectibles. They had like a Valentine's Day sale, and I got these really cheap. So it's like, oh, why not? I got a Cody Rhodes from AEW, but a suited one. I'll pop this one open. What do you guys think about wrestling right now? WWE, I think it's been great. This whole Cody finish the story, Bloodline, Rock storyline, I think it's been fantastic. It's certainly keeping me interested. So next, this is a basic, but I think this is a really good basic. Is the Honky Tonk Man. And his blue attire is what he wore in the Saturday night's main event when him and the Hart Foundation attacked the Macho Man, where Hogan came out and saved Macho Man. And that's when they formed the Mega Powers. So I might pop this one open and do a little photography, figure photography with that scenario. So stay tuned for that on my Instagram. Next, yeah, it's pretty wrestling-centric. I guess my collecting recently has been very wrestling-centric. This came from Mattel Creations. It is the official Retro Pack 4-pack of Hogan, Big John Studd, Wendy Richter, and Muhammad Ali. I haven't popped this one open yet, so that's pretty cool. This I haven't opened yet either, but I'm very excited to open this and display it. This is the Mezco Spider-Man. I want to say this has been on pre-order now for close to 3 years. I mean, it has been forever since I pre-ordered this bad boy, but I am very excited to finally get this. I've heard kind of mixed things about it, so we'll see. We'll see for ourselves once we get it open. And last but not least, I pre-ordered this on Big Bad Toy Store. It is from Masters of the Universe Revolution, Orko and Gwildor. He was originally in the Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren, the live-action one, so it's pretty cool that they actually made a figure of him. Yeah, this is a nice set. So, anyways, guys, that is it. That's all the pickups for the week. Let me know what you guys thought about Zombie Hideout. It's definitely a very nice store. Like I said, it's mostly modern, but it's cool. They have a lot of wrestling, a lot of autographs, and just a lot of modern toys. Pretty much everything you could imagine on Super 7, NECA. So that is pretty awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.